I would have tossed them around with my mind without making it look so obvious it was me, Ness said. I suppose it's kind of the, I don't know, yeah, I mean, they're annoying as fuck, I've made that clear, just fucking throwing them around with your mind, I mean, and yes, they were blocking Juff's way, but yeah, throwing them around with your mind is it's kind of a dickish thing to do. I mean, they're fucking defenseless. They're annoying, but they're harmless, you know? Well, I mean, they've now captured Chris or something, and Lucario or something, I don't know, they're gonna fucking rape him or something, I don't know, but you know, they seem fairly harmless, so I think your malicious intentions do not wash well with me, Ness. I'm gonna film the rest of the episode upside down, I think. Okay. Yeah, I'll toss around with mine without making it look obvious with me, Ness said. They were now climbing up a ladder that, by all means, should have been found broken to the genre-savvy people who knew said ladder shouldn't be functional. It's comments like yours that worry me what kind of things you'll do to Gygas when we find him at last, you know? Paula said, being the modest one and climbing the ladder last. Who cares what he does to Gygas? Gygas is a fucking tyrant, whatever. He's doing shady shit to the world, you know. Let him do what he fucking wants. So long as he kills him, whatever. Gives a fuck. A reason why I'm a chosen one. I'm aware how violent I can sound. I have it on good authority that this is absolutely nothing like how he is in the game. So, you know. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it is fan fiction. I can't really complain about personality differences. I can complain about the shitty writing, though. I often do. If that was a needed requirement to depart from the boarding school, I sure do hope I'm not going to become like you. No offense, of course, Juff said as they were reaching the highest cliff of the valley. They all looked back down to see if they could spot the duo anywhere else, but a huge blue thing like Lucario wasn't found anywhere so easily. Anyway, where are those two? They're not inside any of those huts, I can tell you that much, Ness noted. Chris is too much traumatized about going back to the falls where his bipedal dog went utterly bonkers on those walking crocodiles. They should be up here. He turned around with the others and saw a wall of rock to the north. However, to the left side of the rock wall, it looked like there was a cave-in that blocked the path to an old cave entrance, whereas the right side did have an open entrance into another tunnel. Somehow, Ness felt a strange but inviting presence emanating from said entrance that he could tell right away it was familiar the other 2 times he had felt such a presence. What? Guys, that cave to the right has a My Sanctuary place, Ness said. My Sanctuary? Well, that's good to hear, Paula said. What's My Sanctuary? You said you got to the giant's step before you got to me, and went to the other one. Finishing the creature guarding the 3rd area should lead us to the 3rd melody portion. But now's not the time to go in there. I'm concerned about Chris and Lucario. Especially the first one. What? Okay. Especially the first one. Oh man, is there... Am I sensing a romance coming on here? I hope not. Your concern should focus on Chris only, because I found the other one right over there, Juff said as he pointed forward. The trio of children noticed the strange hot spring that had been used by the prior 2 guests they were looking for. The steam had died down a little, letting them see through it and find a lifeless Lucario body, holy shit, floating face down on the water. When they realized he was floating there without moving, much like the Mr. Saturn they mentioned earlier, they looked at each other with disturbed looks. I guess someone likes his hot springs a little too much, Ness commented. You're a dick. That is not the way to enjoy a hot spring, though. It's not healthy to stay there for a long time, without moving. Face down, Paula gasped and quickly rushed forward to the edge of the pond to look closer at Lucario. Oh my goodness! Don't tell me he drowned in there! After hearing the polarizing statement, an illness and a somewhat sick Juff quickly joined her side. No, you cannot say he just drowned like that. I knew it was too good to have a super powerful bipedal dog of aura, but this isn't the way he should go. Ness said, obviously panicking at the thought. "This is not how your super powerful party members should leave you. I'm a young child. Retirement through death is just wrong when the whole team is made up of children like us. Think of my weak constitution." Calm down. You said he's super powerful, so something as commonly normal as mere drowning shouldn't be enough to kill him, Juff said. "Well, he has a rather thin stomach, and this is warm water we're talking about," Paula muttered until she frowned to herself. What, can she sense individual people's organs? Okay then. Why are we panicking instead of pulling him out? Ness, help me out here. We'll pull him out using our powers. She held out her hands, which quickly started to sparkle with PSI power that called forth an eerie blue glow that covered Lucario's body. Ness, looking more concerned about pulling a dead body, held out his open hands to the same direction and helped Paula heave Lucario out of the hot spring, albeit rather slowly since the weight of the large Pokemon seemed to be heavier than what his appearance suggested. The two children grunted as they moved the body out to the ground level and quickly pulled it out to their side. Once it was out, they let go of it with a loud sigh and panted a bit. "Jeez, he weighs even more like a fat man," Ness commented as he rubbed his head, feeling a few mental quakes going off. "You used your powers on a fat man?" Juff wondered. "A fat cop man." Paula quickly regained her composure and stared wide-eyed at Ness. "You fought a cop, of all people? Ness!" she scolded. "Fuck the 5-0. Don't blame me. Somehow the cops of my town found it ethical to challenge me to a fight rush after getting rid of the local gangsters instead of them. It was self-defense in the end," Ness shot back. This is very topical. "Wow, that's far more illogical than what we're dealing with, and that is saying a lot," Juff noted, until his friend's dull gazes pulled him back to earth. "I thought you watched Fox News, Juff. Surely you should be in support of the cop, regardless of what he did." They looked down at Lucario's back until Ness found it right to use a nearby stick to poke the back of his head. Right. Check up on Lucario." Juff noted until his friend's dull gazes pulled him back to earth. Yeah, okay. After a few pokes at Lucario's head, Ness started to breathe in and out quickly, though Paula slapped his head to get him to calm down. To their great relief, Lucario started to cough face down on the grass and slowly started to regain his steam-filled senses, soon noticing that he was lying down on the grass beside the hot spring and around the three worried children standing in a circle. What? He pulled himself up and looked at the others. "What did just happen?" English. "We found you floating idly on the hot spring," Paula pointed out to him as the Aura Pokemon stood up to his full height while keeping his eyes on them. "Are you really that much into hot springs that you fell asleep on them?" "No, I didn't feel like falling asleep before I got inside the water," Lucario trailed off as he looked back at the dubious hot spring. "It was very relaxing, but then I felt very drowsy that I must have fallen asleep without noticing." "Who's not to say those Mr. Saturns rigged the hot spring with something strange? They are strange creatures, if you remember," Ness said. "I should have predicted something like that from the beginning. I got too carried away about trying to make Chris relax that I didn't." When he recalled that he had gone into the hot spring with his trainer, Lucario found it odd that he was nowhere in sight. He looked at the three again and didn't see him anywhere around the upper cliff area. "Oh, shit. Where is Chris?" he asked them. "Wasn't he with you?" Why is there another speech mark there? Where is it? "Wasn't he with you? Because we haven't seen him since we spread out," Juff said. "He was with me at the hot spring too," Lucario said. "Come to think of it, he also fell asleep just like I did, so..." "Chris!"